Have you ever engaged in a serious debate over which is better, Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Have you ever played Smash or Pass using only characters from Star Wars and Marvel movies? If you answered yes to any of these questions, we have the podcast for you. Listen to The Steam Gentlemen, the podcast where an expert panel convenes to ask the questions about pop culture and social commentary that other podcasts are afraid to ask. Listen to The Steam Gentlemen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, Wrestling Fans International Association is back. That's right, the premier fan club association of the 1970s and 1980s has been revived and is back in business. Join today. It's free at thewfia.org. That's thewfia.org. You can also join us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/WFIA 1969. Welcome, everybody, back to the 1987 Supermod. I am your host, Brad Drake, and tonight we are having Maple Leaf Wrestling, of course, hosted, controlled, and run by the World Wrestling Federation. So that means we are live and in living color here in Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, Ontario. Our broadcaster is going to be TSN. I'm not sure back then if this was a syndication deal that they had across Canada. I really couldn't get any answers. I know Maple Leaf Wrestling did beam across Canada. Remember, Maple Leaf Wrestling is what the WWF took over from the Tunnies in Toronto. So, frankly, I just thought it was easier and cleaner and simpler just to go with TSN as the broadcaster. If you're watching this and you grew up with the WWF in this era from Canada, let me know how it worked. I would be curious to know that because I did a lot of research online and I couldn't find anything. All right, let's take a look at our absent workers, and it's nobody except who we expect to be out. Backstage instance, Rip Oliver's got himself in some trouble here with Bruno Sammartino, and Bruno says that he's tired of his shit and he's going to have to buy drinks for everybody after the show. All right. Ricky Steamboat's doing some protege work here with Scotty Williams. Good stuff. And everybody, I don't know if you're aware or not, but we got one hell of an action-packed card tonight here in Toronto, one of the biggest WWF towns. We have two dark matches tonight, everybody. The Rockers will be in the opening dark match, and Sam Houston will be featured in the second dark match. In our opener, we're going to see Scotty Williams against the returning superstar Billy Graham. Jake the Snake Roberts is going to cut a promo. SD Jones is going to wrestle the one-man gang. The Rougeau brothers will be in action against the New Dream Team. Outlaw Ron Bass is going to face Jake Roberts. We're going to have a Randy Savage promo. Oh, yeah. I just watched that A&E thing on him last night, that special he did. It was pretty good. The King, Harley Race, is going to mix it up with the world's strongest man, Ken Patera. Randy Savage is going to be in singles action here, everybody. He's challenging the Honky Tonk Man for that Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. We have a big promo here, everybody, with Hulk Hogan and Ricky Steamboat. And in our main event, this is a colossal match, a big-time bout. King Kong Bundy and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff will face Hulk Hogan and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. It's on, everybody. Big-time card, big-time town. You know what time it is. I know what time it is. Let's get to booking. So here we go. Dark match action. And this one will be 5 minutes. We'll indicate dark match. And we have Mags and who's Mags' partner here? I don't remember. I'm sorry. Yeah, Mags and Starr versus the Rockers. This is probably the first time that the Rockers are here in Toronto. Maybe not obviously not the first time they've been in Canada. They did some work in Winnipeg with the AWA, but got good stuff here. Major exposure for the Young Rockers, who were actually fired by the WWE at this time, but that's a whole other story for a whole other time. Here is Gary Starr. Here are the Rockers. I apologize, everybody, for my voice if I'm popping and cracking here when talking, but I'll be honest, this smoke in the air thing business has really been bothering me. All right, we have to get our commentators properly here. We have Vince McMahon and Jesse Ventura. So we'll make sure to get that set up right. So here we go. We have Vince McMahon and Jesse Ventura. All right, so this one is booked. Pre-show is clicked. Good to go. All right, up next here we have Jose Martinez, El Bracero against Sam Houston. And you all know how I feel about Jose Martinez and Sam Houston. Jose Martinez was a very, very capable hand. Spent a lot of time in Dick the Bruiser's AWA. Good wrestler. And Sam Houston was also a very good wrestler. His only problem was at this point in his life, he was painfully thin, like Barry Windham when he first came up thin. All right, so we have Vince McMahon and Jesse Ventura. Pre-show is clicked. Dark match is in there. This one's good to go. Sam Houston gets the win. And I think on the last match, I forgot to put the Rockers down as the winners. And I did. That wouldn't have gone well, would it? Marty Genadi gets the win here for his team. All right, so that one's in the books. Now we're on to the main card here. Scotty Williams and Superstar Billy Graham. They're going to go 8 minutes. And as always, everybody, this card is as close to realistic as possible. So here we go. Scotty Williams versus the returning Superstar Billy Graham. Here is Graham. And we have Vince McMahon and Jesse Ventura. And Superstar, of course, is going to take the victory here, everybody. And this one is also in the books. Up next, we have Jake the Snake Roberts cutting a promo. And he's going to cut that promo tonight on the Outlaw Ron Bass. And he'll be talking to Billy Red Lyons. So here we go. Jake Roberts. Billy Red Lyons. One hell of a wrestler in his day. And he's talking about that Outlaw Ron Bass. So there we go. Entertainment, off screen. Vince McMahon, Jesse Ventura. This one's in the books. Up next here we have SD Jones and the One Man Gang. They are going to go 6 minutes. So we have Jones versus One Man Gang. One Man Gang, big dude, bad dude. Now that I'm older, I really appreciate how good he was in the ring. I just hated him as a kid. I was like, he's a big fat guy. Now I realize how good that big fat guy was and how smooth he was and light on his feet. Wouldn't be surprised if One Man Gang might have been a basketball player or something when he was younger, because he was really good. All right, this one's in the books. The Gang gets the victory. He continues his winning ways. This is probably the Canadian debut for One Man Gang. Up next, we got ourselves a big match here with the Rougeau brothers and the Dream Team. The new Dream Team, that is. They're going to go 10 minutes. Might as well click on Vince McMahon right away. And we should have the Rougeau brothers and the new Dream Team. You can auto name this one. We're going to the Rougeau brothers get the win here, everybody. It's going to be a straight, clean victory, too. No problem at all. Ron Bass against Jake Roberts up next. Here we go. 10 minutes. Bass versus Roberts. And we're going to have Vince McMahon in there. Here is Ron Bass, the outlaw himself. And here is Jake the Snake Roberts. And the Snake, of course, is going to get the win here. He is on fire right now. Rightfully so. Very good wrestler. But no, he should not have been world champion. I was watching the Junkyard Dog, Dark Side of the Ring the other day. And Jake Roberts is, the only reason that the dog never got the big push was because he was not dependable. Sound about right, Jake? He was probably less dependable than you. All right, Randy Savage cuts a promo. As you can tell, I'm not the biggest Jake the Snake Roberts fan. Don't get me wrong. When I was a kid, I really liked him. I thought he was great. And I've always respected his wrestling ability. But knowing what I know now as an adult, how much of a scumbag that guy was, no thank you. I no longer consider myself a fan of Jake Roberts. Plus, you never know if what's coming out of his mouth is the truth or not. That's the biggest problem with him. All right, here's Honky Tonk Man. Entertainment off screen. And people say, you got Hulk Hogan lies all the time. Well, I'm convinced that Hulk Hogan at 70 years old might have a little bit of dementia going. Jake Roberts has been BSing and lying and being a scumbag for the last 40 years. All right, here's Harley Race and Ken Patera. And they're going to go 12. They got 12 minutes here on this card. Race versus Patera. And of course, Ken Patera is in a feud with the entire Heenan family here. So we're going to keep this one interesting. And I think we're going to have this one be a draw. We're going to go with a double count out here. That keeps that feud with Heenan alive. Good stuff. Vince McMahon, Jesse Ventura. This one's booked. All right, up next here we have Randy Savage against the Honky Tonk Man. They're going to go 14. This one should get a really good score. Of course, the Intercontinental Heavyweight title is on the line. Randy Savage, of course, is a former, not the former, is a former. There's a difference. Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. He, of course, lost that title to Ricky Steamboat, who in turn lost it to the Honky Tonk Man. Here we go. Randy Savage is going to get the win, everybody. But this one is going to come by DQ. So there you go. Savage gets the win. Honky retains the title. All right. Hulk Hogan and Ricky Steamboat going to cut their promo here. The Dragon was not the greatest of promos. That's one weakness that he had. He wasn't terrible, but he wasn't that good. And we should add Mike Sharp on this card. He is Canada's greatest athlete, after all. Here's Ricky Steamboat. Entertainment. We'll rate Steamboat. We'll see how he does. They, of course, are talking to Billy Red Lions. They're talking about that King Kong Bundy. They're talking about that Paul Orndorff. So off screen, this one is in the books. Just going to double check that we had McMahon on there. We did. Good. And here comes our big main event, everybody. And it is a big main event. They're going to get 16 for this tag match. So we have King Kong Bundy, Paul Orndorff. They're going to face Hulk Hogan and the Dragon, Ricky Steamboat. So we have Bundy and Orndorff versus Hogan and Steamboat. I doubt that Hogan and Steamboat ever tagged, but they may have. This one I added the main event here to try to get us the best numbers we could for this show. So here we go, 16 minutes. The Hulkster is going to get the win here, everybody. And he's going to beat Bundy. Hogan is mega over in Toronto. Mega over, as was proven many, many times over the years. Let's go ahead and start this one, everybody, and see how we do. All right, Mags and Starr drop it to the Rockers, 55-63 for the Rockers. Not bad for being out of their home country here. Lots of green. Green equals money. Up next, here's Sam Houston. Gets the win over Jose Martinez with that Steerbuster, also known as the Bulldog. 35 overall. Not bad. This is what I expected. Up next, Billy Graham gets the win over Scotty Williams with that bear hug, 61, 74, and a 21. Lots of green here. Good stuff. Real good stuff for the returning Graham. Jake Roberts with an outstanding promo here, 92 overall. And Roberts puts in some work there with Billy Red Lions. One Man Gang gets the victory over SG Jones, only a 34 on this one, but that's because One Man Gang is not over in Canada yet. We'll have to give it some time, everybody. The Rougeaus over the new Dream Team here, two native Canadian teams, and Jacques Rougeau submits Dino Bravo with that Boston Crab, 82. Good match here. Real good match. All right, Bass versus Roberts gets us an 84. Good score here. Lots of green here. And Roberts wins with that knee lift. I'm going to take that out of there because he should be winning with the DDT. All right, Randy Savage gets an outstanding promo here. A 100 promo as he trash talks the Honky Tonk Man. And if any of you are old enough to remember, Randy Savage's promos on the Honky Tonk Man were great. All right, Harley Race and Ken Patera battle it out here in Toronto. 79 overall for these two competitors. Here we go. Randy Savage against the Honky Tonk Man. 90 for these two. 90. Excellent. How the hell does that lose heat? I have no idea. Lots of green. Green equals money. Let's see for the heck of it if there's any takeaways here. Short match length. Yada, yada, yada. All right, up next here. Ooh, Steamboat dragged down the Hogan promo big time here. 81 is what we get for this promo, which is an outstanding score, but we're so used to so much higher with Hulk Hogan. It's okay. It's a gamble we took. We learned from it. We learned what not to do next time. All right, here comes our main event with a very disappointing score of only an 86, which shouldn't be disappointing. It's a great score, but I'm surprised it was that low. It didn't peak up higher. Hogan and Steamboat got outstanding scores. Bundy got a good score. They just, whoever, the original creator of this game just hates Orndorff. Just absolutely hates Orndorff. All right, let's finish this one up. The fans go home happy here. You know that there was posing, and that posing was done. There we go. We get a good popularity increase here across the regions of Canada. We're going to make a speech. Why not? We are going to point out Randy Savage. We are going to point out Honky Tonk Man. I'm even going to point out that crackhead Jake Roberts. All right. Great performance. Great performance. Good performance. We're going to make that speech. Savage is happy. Wow, Savage was happy. That's good to see. Honky Tonk Man was pleased. And Roberts is happy. That's 2 out of 3 happies here, everybody. Good stuff. Of course, after this one, we are going back to our tour, which should be, are we in Kitchener, Ontario? Yes, we are in Kitchener, Ontario, up next here. All right, you can see I still haven't finished the other cards yet. All right, what do we got here? John Callahan's back from injury. Good stuff. Tiger Mask going to do one night only deal with New Japan. Good stuff. 1.4 million viewers for Maple Leaf Wrestling, everybody. Good stuff. Really good stuff. All right, somebody's going to want more money here, I'm sure. Johnny Rods wants $330 a show. We can accept that. We got the money. Of course, we're waiting for Steve DeSalvo because the WWF actually used him for some work in Canada. So why not? We're going to go ahead and sign him also. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for us here for this one. We'll be back in action again in 2 days, moving on with the tour. And then, of course, we'll be right back into television time coming up here for the first week of August. For those of you that are new to the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Drop us a message below. Let us know what you think of us and how you found the show. Also, for those of you that are looking for more, we have it. Make sure you head on over to patreon.com/PowerCast Network. You'll get all of our shows early and ad-free. You'll get access to version 10.1 of the Supermod, not to mention all of our spreadsheets and so much more, everybody. Check it out today, patreon.com/PowerCast Network. Don't forget to check us out on social media, facebook.com/group/1987 Supermod. You can also find us over on Reddit under the subreddit of TEW 2020 Friends. Last but not least, everybody, Wrestling Fans International Association wants you, the WFIA.org. So long, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.